Have you ever felt trapped, like the walls were closing in? Aarav knew that feeling all too well. For months, he was a prisoner in a hospital bed, his body failing, his hope dwindling. His only companion was Raj, the patient in the bed by the window. Every single afternoon, Raj would become Aarav's eyes, painting vivid pictures of the world outside. He'd describe a vibrant park, children laughing as they chased butterflies. Young couples strolling hand in hand, lost in their own world. He spoke of flowers dancing in the breeze, a symphony of reds, yellows, and purples under an endless, brilliant blue sky. As Aarav listened, something magical happened. The sharp edges of his pain would soften, replaced by the warmth of these beautiful images. Roger's stories weren't just words. They were a lifeline, a daily dose of hope that healed not his body, but his weary heart. Each story was a reminder that a beautiful world still existed, waiting for him. The monotonous beep of the heart monitor faded into the background, and in its place, he could almost hear the children's laughter and the rustle of leaves. These afternoons became the anchor of his days, the one thing he looked forward to with every fiber of his being. But one morning, the familiar rhythm was shattered. A nurse walked in, her usual cheerful demeanor replaced by a somber quiet. With a heavy heart, she told Aarav that Raj had passed away peacefully in his sleep. The news hit Aarav like a physical blow. The room, once filled with vibrant stories, was now consumed by a profound, echoing silence. The window, which had been a portal to a world of wonder, now seemed just like a cold, empty frame. The void left by Raj was immense, a quiet so loud it was deafening. After the initial wave of grief subsided, a new desire took root in Aarav's heart. He needed to see it for himself. He needed to witness the park, the flowers, the life that his friend had so generously shared. With a trembling voice, he asked the nurse if he could be moved to Roger's bed. He felt a strange mix of sorrow and anticipation. He wanted to honor Raj by finally seeing the world that had kept him going for so long. The nurse, understanding his need, gently helped him. It took all of Aarav's remaining strength to pull himself up and turn his head towards the window. He looked out, his heart pounding, ready to finally see the magical park. But his breath caught in his throat. He froze. There was no park. There were no children, no flowers, no blue sky. All he could see was a bleak grey brick wall, stretching endlessly, cold and imposing. Confusion washed over him, a dizzying sense of disbelief. How could this be? Had Raj been lying all this time? Why would he create such an elaborate fiction? Then the nurse spoke softly, her words piecing together the impossible truth. "Aarav," she said, "I'm not sure if you knew, but Raj was blind." The world stood still, blind. Raj couldn't have seen anything. The truth dawned on Aarav with the force of a tidal wave. Raj had chosen to create beauty where there was none. He had painted magnificent landscapes with his words, not for himself, but for Aarav. He had conjured up images of joy and life to give someone else a reason to fight, a reason to hope. Tears streamed down Aarav's face, but they weren't tears of sadness anymore. They were tears of overwhelming gratitude and awe for the immense kindness of his friend's heart. Troj, without his own sight, had given Aarav the most profound vision of all, the vision to live again. From that day forward, something inside Aarav shifted permanently. He stopped counting his losses and started seeing his blessings. He stopped complaining about his pain and started searching for ways to ease the pain of others. He decided to carry on Roger's legacy. When new patients arrived, their faces etched with fear and despair, Aarav would share stories. He'd describe the warmth of the sun, the taste of a fresh strawberry, the feeling of a cool breeze on a summer evening. He shared light even when his own world felt shadowed, because he now understood a fundamental truth. Happiness isn't about what we see, but how we choose to see it. Years later, Aarav walked out of that hospital, not just healed in body, but transformed in spirit. When he returned home, the first thing he did was place a small, framed quote by his window. It read, "Be someone's window to hope." It was a quiet tribute to the friend who had saved him, and a daily promise to himself. Everyone who visited his home felt an undeniable warmth, a sense of peace that radiated from him. He had learned that even in the darkest of rooms, a single spark of love and kindness can illuminate everything. Aarav's story became a quiet legend, a ripple of hope spreading from one person to another. It served as a powerful reminder for all of us that while we can't always change our circumstances, we possess the incredible power to change our perspective. We can choose to see the grey wall, or we can choose to paint a beautiful park on it for someone else to see it. That choice, that simple shift in focus, is where true healing begins. It's how we start to grow, and ultimately, it's how we learn to truly live. So, I ask you today, what view will you choose to share? Thank you so much for watching and for letting me share this story with you. If it touched your heart, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more stories that inspire and uplift. See you next time.